死んだは初めて俺に伝えている。
絶望の匂いだ。
面白いこと見せようか。ほら、こんなに家賃が多すぎて。
お父さん。
あかん。
ドナルド君、まだ死ぬ時じゃないでしょ。
アメリカ、万歳。ファイト。
絶対負けないよ。
ランド、トライドまで。
出ろ。だってまだサンキュー言ってないでしょ。一回も言ってください。
おい、仲良くしてね。この世界、傷ついていけるかな。昔グレートだった。大きにまたグレートになるかも。あのさ、有名人なら誰かのマンコを掴んでいいさ。そう。言い放せるで。
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into another CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime Mage, IDOT of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here tonight on a Monday. I know I got to hurry up and get through the intro because there's so many fucking streams on Mondays now. I'm trying to hurry up and get this stream in because I promised to do a second stream. So here we are. Hi, everyone. We have a lot more to talk about as well. Laughing Man's finally here. Laughing Man's finally here. What is the Cobra Mage grifting tonight? How dare you accuse me of being a grifter? I take offense to that. But, so listen, we do have some new developments on a lot of this stuff going on. Eric John, pizza artist for $5 on Rumble. The first super chat of the night on Rumble. There's 100K, baby. Thank you, Eric John, pizza artist. Appreciate that. So we've had some new developments on this this situation and this situation in Charlotte, and we're going to talk about that here in just a minute. But we have a funny story to talk about that we're going to cover. Let's see here. Let me find it. I got to pull both of these up really quickly. So here we have it. Okay. So as you know, President Trump has talked about going to Chicago, sending, National Guard in and cleaning up the city. I believe that operation is already underway. But we have this right here. We have a gang member issuing a warning to President Trump, President Trump stating to not send troops to Chicago, warning that gangs will beat the National Guard. I wonder how that's going to go.
Trump, do not send the National Guard to Chicago, gang. Do not, I repeat, do not do it. We are a different fucking breed out here, nigga. We are not Los Angeles, nigga. We are not Washington, D.C., nigga. This is Chicago, nigga. Them niggas go fight back. I'm telling you, them niggas go fight back, gang. Whatever, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Them young niggas got switches, gang. They not going for that shit, bro. I know a bunch of y'all finna say, oh, it's the National Guard. They can't do anything about it. They must go in Chicago. Nigga, do y'all know that it's more bad people than good people, bro? There are over 100,000 gangs in Chicago by the city by itself, gang.
So let me get this straight. In order to prove that Chicago isn't a bad place, you decide to upload a video threatening the president of the United States, telling him that Chicago is such a terrible place that he shouldn't come to Chicago. A wise man once said they're not sending their best. Now we have Thug backs down from threat against President Trump. Here we go right here. Of course he backs down immediately.
Nigga, why the fuck did the media just betray me to be a gang member, bro? The city of Chicago is going to try to fight back the National Guard no matter what they try to do, bro. They're already putting salt trucks, bro, downtown. They trying to block out and trying to make a wall. Nigga, this internet shit is so crazy, bro. Y'all label me a gang member and don't even know fucking nothing about me. Bro, niggas in Chicago young and dumb, bro. You think they don't give a fuck about the National Guard? And I keep trying to tell y'all that. They don't care, bro. They go try to do some stupid shit or do some dumb shit and they go get fucked up. Simple as that. And I keep trying to tell y'all, bro, yeah, they go get fucked up. Yeah, they probably go get shot and get killed. But they are going to try to do something stupid enough, bro, to make headlines, bro. They don't care, bro. They don't even care about doing mass shootings, bro. What makes you think they care about the National Guard? And y'all portraying me to be a gang member, bro, and y'all don't know shit about me, bro. That's crazy, bro.
Oh my goodness. There's not a day that I don't find the most entertainment in the world. Like, how is this? How is this? This entertainment is better than anything Hollywood can produce. This is amazing. I love it so much. And listen, Trump is making everybody nervous in Chicago. We have the governor, fat boy governor. He got really offended because of Trump posting this right here. I love the smell of deportations in the morning. Chicago is about to find out why it's called the Department of War. This is what I voted for right here. I literally voted for this meme. This meme and this moment is literally what I voted for. That right there is the greatest thing ever. Holy crap. I mean, what a freaking badass meme. He's got him so worried. Listen, I'm just telling you right now, Donald Trump is the one person that nobody can threaten, because you're going to find out. This is the definition of fuck around, find out. And of course, Trump already addressed Governor Pritzker with this right here. This is a post directly from President Trump on Twitter of Pritzker and Chris Christie. Oh man, how can you not love President Trump? How can you not love this man? Absolutely freaking awesome. The best. But yeah, so Chicago is in for a cleanup effort. We'll just call it a cleanup effort. It's that simple, really. It's just a cleanup effort for Chicago. And I can't wait. I can't wait for the National Guard to get there and handle business. It's going to be awesome. Bird Up for 2 says, I watch Jeremy because he's cute. The Under Armour Gamer says, lol, just realized that I did pick him wrong. Phil says he's not allowed on Bro Island. SBZ says, you have provoked a gang war. #San Andreas. J Flow for 10 says, shout out to my ninja who gifted me earlier today. Deportations smell like napalm. Thank you, J Flow. Kevin for 5 says, the 13% aren't aware of the storm that's coming. Whites are fed up. Yeah, so we need to talk about that. So first, I want to set the stage for this story. And I am glad that everybody that matters is covering it now. Megyn Kelly is actually covering this story. We're going to listen to this. And then there's a new development potentially to this story that we're going to talk about. So let's listen to Megyn Kelly talk about it first.
To this show, you have the right news sources. I want to bring the audience up to speed on the facts around it. So something terrible happened in Charlotte, North Carolina. Undoubtedly, most of the audience has heard about it now because if you're listening to this show, you have the right news sources. It's something that happened a couple of weeks ago, but it just hit the press. You wouldn't know anything about it if you solely read or watched legacy media outlets. Okay, nothing. The young woman's name is Irina Zarutska, And this young woman was 23 years old. She was born in Kyiv, Ukraine, and she came to the United States in 2022 with her family, trying to seek a better life. They were fleeing the war that Vladimir Putin unleashed on the Ukraine. And she was murdered here in Charlotte, North Carolina on August 22nd on her way home from a job she had obtained at a local pizzeria. Now, this woman is absolutely stunning. She looks like Marilyn Monroe to me. She could have been modeling. She could have been doing anything to make money, but she took a job at a local pizzeria and was showing up doing shift work, just trying to pay her bills and make her way in the United States quietly and without much fanfare. And then this past Friday, surveillance video was released showing her being stabbed to death by a man with a long criminal rap.
Black man. Now, when I first saw this, I was like, Megan, what are you doing? Don't pander. But she's not actually pandering because she addresses it later. But I still think that if the mainstream wants to play by these rules, then we play by their rules.
Sheet and multiple encounters with the criminal justice system. That video was released to local news outlets. We're going to walk you through it and the timeline of how things unfolded. The suspect's name is DeCarlos Brown Jr. He's 34. Listening audience, we're showing the video here. He's in a red hoodie sweatshirt. He's a black man with long black dreads. He was on the train first, sitting with no one in front of him, next to him, or behind him. He is not seen on the video having any interaction with any other riders, just sitting alone, but looking a little agitated at times. At the next stop, Zarutska boards the train. She is a white woman with blonde hair, and she's in her pizzeria uniform wearing a baseball cap. She sits in the row right in front of Brown. She has her phone with her and headphones in her ears. Just a side note, honestly, like in today's day and age, it's dangerous to have the headphones in and not know what's going on behind you. I'm sorry to say it, and I'm not blaming her in any way, of course, but just as a safety measure, just don't do that. You just don't know. You know, I'm sorry, but there's too much crime in America right now to do that.
The fact that she's not bothering a fucking soul. She's not doing anything. Do you know what her crime is in the eyes of this piece of shit? Her crime is that she's white. That's it.
Your ears open so you know what's happening about you. Unfortunately, that's our reality. She's minding her own business. There's no interaction between the two of them whatsoever. They ride along for another 4 minutes with nothing happening. Then at 9:50 p.m., Brown is seen reaching into his hoodie, pulling out a pocket knife, a small pocket knife. This is zoomed in video, courtesy of the local CBS outlet. You're seeing him unfold it. And you see him unfolding the knife, but no one notices a thing. Out of nowhere, truly, it seems like it's out of nowhere, Brown then stands up. He pulls his arm back as far as it can go to gain force. And from behind, with the young woman completely unaware of what was about to happen to her, he begins stabbing her, including 3 times, at least once, directly into the neck. She did not stand a chance. She had no opportunity to defend herself. She clearly had no idea she was in danger at all. According to a local reporter who saw the full footage, Zarutska immediately grabs her neck and looks at the suspect as he walks away. The local news outlets, which received the video from the transit authority, did not release to the public the moment of the attack or what happens in this section immediately after, which honestly, I don't understand. It's not their job to protect us from the facts. If you want to say, you know, we on the CBS Evening News aren't going to show you the exact moment of violence, that's an editorial call. But for all of the news outlets to not release it at all is strange to me. It's an incident that happened, and the specifics of it may matter. And we actually had a hard time at getting our hands on the full video. Now, it's unclear if riders around the victim even noticed or saw the knifing. Again, everyone's on their phones. No one's paying attention, and most of these people appear to have headphones on. I get it. You want to zone out. You don't want people talking to you. You kind of want to like do your own thing, but it's truly a safety measure to have your headphones off and be able to listen and hear what's going on around you in these public transit vehicles. The local CBS affiliate reports one passenger did react, others followed, but we don't see exactly how it unfolded, the reaction. We are shown Brown's actions after the attack. Now, the whole thing goes down in 30 seconds, so this guy has got to be not long after. He walks up to a train door. You see blood dripping onto the floor, apparently from the knife, which is still on him. Some riders notice the blood, but it appears they really have no idea that an attack just happened.
It's such a weird dynamic. This whole thing is so weird. And how people were nonchalantly just being like, oh, there's blood dripping. Like, I don't know, man. I guess a lot of people keep their head down, have headphones on, they're on public transportation, they're trying to zone out. I get it, but it's very strange. It's really freaking weird.
Brown then takes off the red hoodie. He appears to wrap the bloody knife up inside the hoodie, and Brown is then shown leaving the train. Per local CBS, he left the train again about 30 seconds after the knife attack. That's how quickly this whole thing went down. And seconds after Brown leaves the train, you do hear someone far off in the background scream, "Oh my God," and scream the F word. Here's that moment. It certainly sounds like somebody's found the victim. Someone did call law enforcement. Spectrum News in Charlotte reporting transit security guards were on the train at the time of the attack, but in the car just ahead of Zarutska's when she was attacked. Brown was arrested a short time later. You're not going to be surprised to hear the guy's got 14 previous court cases in Mecklenburg County, which includes Charlotte. He was sent to prison in 2015 for robbery with a dangerous weapon, but was released a year early in 2020. This past January, he was arrested for misuse of the 911 system. And here's where things get interesting. During that incident, Brown told police he had man-made material inside his body that was controlling him. Per the ABC local outlet in Charlotte, a magistrate judge allowed Brown to be released from jail without paying anything on the written promise that he would show up to his next court appearance. Then in July, another judge ordered a mental health evaluation, but again, he was allowed to be out on the streets. He clearly was not right in the head. And you had not one, but two judges recently, a month before the murder, send him back out there. Go ahead, right back out there.
And here's what's hilarious is the governor right here of North Carolina releases a statement. In his statement, he says, "We need more cops." Are you kidding me? I tweeted this, "We need more cops," quotation marks. The black dude that murdered her was arrested 14 fucking times, and y'all let him walk every time. Fuck you. And he is getting ratioed on that tweet big time.
There are so many angles to this story. It's an absolute disgrace that the national media remains silent about this. Political news outlet Axios even has the gall to blame MAGA Republicans for covering it. They're upset about the numerous surveillance cameras in America now that happen to catch these incidents so that the MAGA Republicans can turn them into an issue. That's what they see this story about. I mean, guys, Rich and Charlie, remain with me.
Now, here's what the new developments are. I just wanted to set the table for some people that may not be aware of this. And then, of course, this really got a ton of traction over the weekend. Mainstream media has been completely silent. Democrats have been completely silent. People with Blockbuster video flags in their bios have been completely silent. But MAGA has been very vocal about it because it is a hate crime. It's disgusting, and it is true racism to a T. So now we've got a new development, and I don't know if this is legit or not. But when I saw Andy No tweet it out, I was like, okay, let's see here. So right here, Andy No says, "I didn't notice until now that the man accused of stabbing and killing the Ukrainian woman in Charlotte, North Carolina, said on camera, 'I got that white girl while walking around with her blood dripping from his knife. Nobody reacts on the train, reflecting how Americans are used to urban ultraviolence.'" So here, I have not listened to this, okay? I have not listened to this clip. So we're going to listen to it together, okay? I'm going to turn it up as loud as I can. And let me see what the timestamp was. Was there a timestamp? At 35 seconds. Okay, at 35 seconds. That's what we're listening for. "22 seconds, 23 seconds, 24, 25, 26. We're waiting for 35 seconds. If that is not altered footage, that is 100% what he's saying right there. One more time. Listen very, very closely. Now, all of these dumb motherfuckers on Twitter have been asking me for it's not altered. If it's not altered, right, Jeremy. So if all these dumb motherfuckers on Twitter have been asking me for evidence to support it. There's your evidence. What else do you need? You guys stop typing that shit in the chat or my mods are going to get rid of you. You're not helping my fucking channel, okay? So you can fucking say it, but you're not going to stay here long. So if you want to fucking get banned, that's fine, but it's not helping my fucking channel for you guys to type that shit, you dumb fucks, okay? Maybe stop acting like them, okay? Because that's what you're typing, you stupid fucks. Anyway, now, back to, I love how people that claim that they're mad about black people not following rules, and then they literally break the fucking rules. You're literally just like them. Oh, black people don't follow the rules. And then you got a bunch of white motherfuckers in here breaking the fucking rules. Fucking retards. You're part of the fucking problem. Anyway. What a fucking piece of shit. What an absolute piece of shit. But yeah, so this is a whole new twist on this, man, because this makes it even worse because the media has not wanted to touch this story. The media wants, somebody says Jeremy thinks we give a fuck anymore, then fine, here. You know what then? Let me get you the fuck out of here, okay? Boom. All right, there. I don't give a fuck. Now who doesn't give a fuck, motherfucker? Go fuck yourself. Anyway, back to the point at hand. This is a new development, an all new development. The media certainly doesn't want to touch this shit. I mean, absolutely doesn't want to touch it. And this right here sends it to a whole different stratosphere. They haven't already wanted to touch this story because it goes against every single narrative, every single one of their fucking narratives. Now, when you add, if this is in fact not altered, and I have to put that out there, if this is not altered, then guess what? Destroys them even more now. So I do want to say if it's not altered, because I have no idea. This is a thing on Twitter that you always have to be worried about. So if that is not altered footage, that is a game changer. So we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. Crazy indeed. Next, because hang on, I thought I had something else that I wanted to show you guys really quickly. Right. That's not it. That's not it. Where was it at? Okay. So I really don't like the person that we're about to talk about, but I like what he has to say. Right here. Randy Fine is a fucking weirdo. Randy Fine is the guy who said something like when he shook Netflix Yahoo's hand or some bullshit like that, like that he's not washing his hands until he sees his kids or some weird shit like that. If you guys remember that, okay? A fucking weirdo, all right? But forgetting all that, what he says right here, Randy Fine of Florida says he will introduce legislation aimed at holding judges accountable for releasing violent repeat offenders who then commit new crimes. Fine specifically addressed judges who previously released DeCarlos Brown, the suspect accused of fatally stabbing 23-year-old, is that Irina? Is that it? On the Charlotte light rail train. This should be, and I've mentioned many times about like Donald Trump and a lot of the things that he has to focus on and all of that, but like this right here should be a top priority for the administration because you have to deal with it at the source. If somebody is being arrested 14 fucking times, if a violent criminal is being arrested 14 fucking times and being released, then who's truly at fault? The judges, the corrupt left-wing judges. Hold them accountable. Simple as that. So, I fully support this legislation, and hopefully the Trump administration makes that a top priority because that is a big, big deal. And I hope that the administration does make that a top priority. Time will tell. We shall see. Let me see. There was another story I wanted to show you. Oh, this is an interesting story. And this may get the chat excited. Because we're talking about Sydney Sweeney. So Sydney Sweeney is the topic for this particular discussion. Let's listen in right here. And there's a reason we're talking about this.
Sydney, what is your reaction when you see Sydney Sweeney is trending on social media?
I'm like, oh, what for now?
Yeah, that's my reaction. When I see Sydney is trending on social media, I'm like, oh God, what's she done?
Somebody said she's a 7 with makeup and a 5 without. Bro, there's an easier way for you to tell everyone. Okay, there's an easier way for you to tell everyone that you are gay. Okay, you don't like.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women, sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
But yeah, so the reason I brought this up is because this comment in particular right here. So this chick quote tweets it and says, early onset Mar-a-Lago face. This tweet got 89,000 likes. Early onset Mar-a-Lago face from this person right here. Are you kidding me, dude? Like another leftist liberal jealous of Sydney Sweeney. If that is a chick, I don't know if it's a chick or not. I don't know if it's a dude or a chick. It might be Howard Stern for all I know. I have no idea. But yeah, pretty interesting how this person is jealous of Sydney Sweeney. Early onset Mar-a-Lago face. Is that John Lennon? By the way, really quick, is Linko Kenobi here? Is Linko Kenobi here? Because Linko Kenobi sent a $50 super chat as we were ending earlier. And and I wanted to make sure I read that. So if Linko is here, let me know. If, mods, if you do see him, let me know. And then Blast Radius also sent a 10 right as we were ending. So anyway, we'll get to that if you guys. So Blast Radius and Linko Kenobi, if they show up, let me know, and then I'll read those. Black Dog says, this channel sucks now. What the fuck are you going to do about it? That's my question. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to downvote me? Are you going to downvote me? You know what I do for YouTube channels that suck? I don't fucking watch them. It's amazing how that works. But anyway, yeah, I just tend to not watch them. So that's how it works. Yeah, now Harley Dave has the... but it always sucked. Okay, now that is accurate. That is accurate right there. But anyway, let me get to a few of these. Bald 95 says, bailed on Bald Timmy because CobraCast is more important. Hell yeah, that's what we're talking about. Uber driver of the apocalypse says, I don't see race, but race sees you. Yep. Matt Frog says, I hate Megan, but I'm glad she's covering. Also, Jeremy Q. What the Sean Living Life says, YouTube won't let me say the N-word. How else can I describe people who annoy me? You can go to Rumble. Like, I don't care. We don't ever, like, I don't know if you, like, you. I think you can say whatever you want on Rumble. I don't really know how that works over there, but, you know, I don't encourage people to go over to Rumble and say it because I don't think it's helpful, but it's like, it's not like my Rumble channel is going to get in trouble. But I don't prefer people spamming my chat with, you know, gamer words for the sake of it. Like, I'm still not going to say certain words on Rumble because if I won't say it on YouTube, I'm not going to say it on Rumble. It's just that's just how it works for me. Little Jim's Halo says that guy can be heard saying, I got that white bee. Yeah, that's what I played. Yep. Lip says, if this is not a reason to bring back public removals, I can't imagine what is. Matt Frog says, their reaction reminds me of the time Raja Jackson attack. Reminds me of the Raja Jackson attack. People are so shocked they freeze and don't even process what their eyes are seeing. Well, that was a wrestling event. So, like, you don't really know. You know what I mean? You don't really know. So, Too Tired says they keep saying he's mentally ill. Insane people don't hide evidence like he did with his shirt. They see their actions as normal. He was sane and just evil. The media is trying to excuse his behavior. I agree. Eric Heffelfinger for 10 says the lack of reaction from people on the train. They should be sent to an asylum for evaluation. Too. I get being frozen in fear, but they didn't even flinch. It's hard to say in that unless you're in that situation. Like, I don't, what do you do? You know what I mean? Like, I have no idea. Especially in a world where Daniel Penny gets thrown in prison for literally protecting people. So I don't know what the answer is. I have no idea. Mr. No One says holding judges accountable for their actions is long overdue. Agreed. Good Sir says, around blacks never relax. I would say around anyone never relax. So Mike Noss says, between the actions of these criminals and the mainstream media not covering it, people will listen to what Nick Fuentes, Lily Gaddis, is that how I say it, and others have to say. Chad Admiral Thon says, can we get Among Us stream soon? Well, we had one last Wednesday, and it was awesome. It was awesome. Little Jim Taylor says, wait for more physical or psyops to happen to get rid of this story. Look at the Trump letter. We're not going to let them drop this story so fast. Slain Hope says Democrats are the enemies of democracy. Hell divers. Matt Frog says this passes. A lot of Obama judges will be disbarred. Ryan Miller says this makes me angry beyond belief that these DEI judges release these repeat offenders, and this is going to haunt the Democrats in the midterms. I actually tweeted about that too. Let me go find my tweet about it right here. Says this has to be the moment that ends the leftist bullshit. We can't let this story go away. A career criminal black man murdered a beautiful white girl. She was a Ukrainian refugee, and she was murdered in the United States of America for being white. The mainstream media and the left won't touch this story because there's absolutely zero way for them to spin it, for them to force them to address it. Thankfully, President Trump is doing just that. Never forget this moment. This is a crazy moment, and I hope that we do not forget it, because it's crucial, man. Like, this story should never go away. Never. We should make this story 10 times bigger than the George Floyd story, because it is far more. First of all, it's not even remotely close to which one is more important. A career criminal who overdosed, versus this. But the mainstream's going to do everything they can to bury this. Laughing messes. Good job, Jeremy. You read all the words in your tweet. Lying Dogface says, this snake pit deserves better trolls than these weak NPC troll bots. These recent weak NPC troll bots. Fantastic Knox says, this should make everyone ask questions. They said there was a GoFundMe for the killer to fund his court trial. A good thing it got shut down. Meanwhile, there was a GoFundMe for the victim, also got shut down. Here's the thing about, like, I don't know how I feel about any GoFundMes being shut down, like, in any scenario. I just, it's like anything else, man. Like, you're just asking my personal belief. My personal belief is no word should be banned, just like no GoFundMe should be banned. If someone wants to start a GoFundMe for anything or nothing at all, unless you are funding, like, breaking the law or something like that, but, like, whatever. If this guy is going to go to trial or whatever, like, as much as it's obvious what he did, like, there's still a process that goes along with it. So once you start setting the precedent that we can ban a GoFundMe because of some random reason, well, then it's like it just opens the door for anything. So ultimately, Kremlin says, Jeremy sounded like a libertarian. Yeah, except I'm not gay like libertarians are. Libertarians are the most pathetic fucking group of people in the world. Their fucking hero is Rand fucking Paul. Okay? Yeah. Don't think I'm going to be talking about how great Rand fucking Paul is anytime soon. And Thomas Massey. The dad at the Phillies game is more of a fucking man than Thomas fucking Massey, okay? Like, have you seen Thomas Massey? That's your fucking hero? Yeah, well, my hero is 6'3", 215 pounds, ripped and shredded. Could be the UFC champion. And you guys have Thomas fucking Massey. You could have Thomas fucking Massey. We've got 6'3", 215 pounds, shredded alpha male, Donald Trump, pro gamer, UFC champion, could have been an NFL linebacker, but Big Mike, Michelle Obama took the position instead. But still, David Phillips says, hey, Jeremy, I'm from the land of Merle Haggard, Buck Owens, and Crystal Meth, those north of the river boys regulated over scum like this. I wish sometimes I was back there. Hail, California. Is it Oildale, California? Thank you, David Phillips. Appreciate that. Pizza's gay says pizza is great. Somebody says Jeremy is gay in the chat, and I saw pizza is great. Pizza is not gay. Pizza is great, says Jeremy. Can you please take a pause from talking politics and give the people your opinion on the lovely actress cast as Chun-Li? Yellow Fever is great. Well, pizza's not gay. Pizza is great. The chat's like, somebody said, like, don't let Jeremy fool you. He's gay. And that was right around the comment as the super chat. So this is a very serious YouTube channel. It says pizza is great. Yeah, the actress this cast as Chun-Li looks pretty good from what I've seen. But I haven't seen any recent pictures, so I'm not sure. The actress for Cammy is a lot better. Harley Dave says, don't let pizza fool you. Solar says, you forget they took down Rittenhouse GoFundMe. Yeah, exactly. See, that's my whole thing. So I don't like them taking down any GoFundMes unless it's I like definitive rules. I don't like random, like, inconsistent rules. I don't have a problem with following rules as long as you make it clear what the rules are. But when you have different rules for different people, that's a problem for me. So give me clear, definitive rules. That way, if someone breaks the rule, I can say, hey, so-and-so just broke the rule. But we don't have clear, definitive rules. America Man for $20 says, left Blind Wave a year ago after I could no longer stomach their soy and endless Disney shilling. Now I'm hanging with the largest collection of based retards on the internet. Hell yeah, brother. Thank you so much. By the way, I can't, man, this is years ago, so I don't remember the specifics. There was something with Blind Wave where apparently they were at a convention where I was at or something, and they made a comment about me to someone. I can't remember. But I this is so many years ago. Does anybody remember this story about me and Blind Wave? It was something that happened. Geeks and Gamers was at a convention. They were there, and they made some comments about us or something. I can't remember. So long ago. Maybe it was like some comments they made on Discord or something. But either way, I mean, it wasn't surprising to find out that Blind Wave doesn't like me. I mean, if you were to ever just put up a picture of what does a Kamala voter look like, that would be Blind Wave, the YouTube channel. So, but yeah, it's been so long, I cannot remember. They're like a reaction channel. I used to watch them a long time ago too. And, yeah, it's clear. It's clear they were Disney shills and Kamala voters. Thank you. Appreciate that, brother. Bronson Knight says, I'm a refugee from Gary's live stream where he started watching Twilight. Please protect us, Cobra Commander. Hail the 199 and Snake Pit. Is he watching Twilight? What? Mod Eric says, the guy and the judge who let the guy out should be fed in to the wood chipper slowly. All assets given to those they hurt. Monica Sherman says, I like you today, Cobra. Well, thank you. At least somebody does. At least somebody does. But yeah, going back to this tweet, man, this story cannot die down. We have to keep the pressure up with this particular story because it is a horrific situation. And this should be a moment where we look back and remember this moment. Yep. I remember it. That's what we need to say. Let's see. Rob says, did you see Dorian Johnson, the hands up, don't shoot police shooting liar in Ferguson was shot and killed in Ferguson? No police involved. Karma. I did see that. I absolutely did see that. Yep. It's interesting how that happens. No police involved. Man. Interesting. Let's see. What is this? Elon Musk has retweeted this. Much more accurate. We are the Department of War. Let's hear this.
You know, we won World War I and we won World War II, not with the Department of Defense, but with a War Department.
We're focusing our military on its core mission, crushing America's adversaries.
We're in the business of war fighting. You know,
dude, Trump is killing it right now. Like, he is crushing it. It is glorious to see, man. That is fucking awesome. I hadn't seen that right there, but that's great. Okay, we got that one. Kash Patel just said the FBI is investigating the Charlotte train murder from day one. Stay tuned. You know what? When Kash does something like that, I'm going to give him his respect. That's what I want to hear.
877 cash now. 877 cash now. They help thousands, they'll help you too. One lump sum of cash they will pay to you. If you get long-term payments but you need cash now. Call J.G. Wentworth. 877 cash now. 877 cash now. 877 cash now. 877 cash now.
Someone said cringe in the chat. Yeah, that's the point. It's a fucking meme, retard. What do you think we're trying to create art here? It's a fucking meme. Of course it's cringe. That's the whole fucking point. Imagine looking at a meme and going, cringe. This is not proper art. The fuck do you want? The Lord of the Rings? Exactly, Chris. Somebody says this whole channel is cringe. Thank you. The fuck you. Go to Timcast if you're looking for respectable shit. We talk about memes and play Sydney Sweeney's titties flopping around to get super chats. Nothing about respect around here. Jeez. Oh, my buddy, the Fire Rises is here. Hang on. Where did it go? You're a snake, Jeremy. You were going to turn on Trump. I was going to, but then I didn't. Like, what do you mean by that sentence? What does that even mean? You were going to turn on Trump, but I didn't? When was... What the fuck does this even mean? My fucking name is D-Day Cobra. Of course I'm a... I call the chat the snake pit. How is this an insult? He was referring to the Epstein stuff, but I'd never turned on Trump. I've never said I was turning on Trump. What are you talking about? Good Lord, we need a better class of troll around here, dude. No, we can't. We're not banning Fire Rise. He's been hurt. Dude, I've made way too much money off Fire Rises. He is not going anywhere. No, I've made a lot of money off Fire Rises. He stays. Let's see. Sola Felix says that she was safer in Ukraine war zone than a dim war zone. Sad but true. Sad but true. Yeah, he ain't going nowhere. I'll ban Laughing Man before I ban Fire Rises, okay? I'll ban Harley Dave before I ban Fire Rises. He is very profitable to me, okay? Hang on just a minute. Laughing Man says ban me. Hang on. B-Rad says you know what? Oh, I thought you meant you effed APL. I was going to tell you that was probably a dude. Laughing Man's like in all caps, ban me. River Miles says Uncle Ruckus is not a fan of Democrat judges. Thank you, River Miles. Laughing Man says, Jeremy, do me a favor and ban me. I would never do that. I just had to use you as an example that I can't ban Fire Rises. I would never ban Laughing. I can't. He runs the fucking channel. Someone actually hit me up. They thought I was serious when I said Laughing Man runs the channel, and they were like, can you ask Laughing Man if you can do this? Like, I was like, wait, are you being sarcastic or do you mean it? He's like, hey, Jeremy, you should do this. You should run it by Laughing Man first. I was like, wait. All right, so that's good. I am glad that we have this news right here. So Kash Patel just revealed the FBI has been investigating the murder of whatever her name is. The FBI has been investigating the Charlotte train murder from day one. Stay tuned. Amazing developments. Time for answers. Harley Dave says, Jeremy, can you ask Laughing Man if you can ban me now? So he does not run the channel? What the fuck? Taker says, Jeremy, can we write off our super chats due to your status as a 501c charitable cause? Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty retarded, so When's the emergency CobraCast for the skipped Mario Kart stream on Saturday? I was gonna go live, so I had some stuff pop up like with my mom, so I had to deal with that, and so that's why I didn't do the Saturday stream. I really wanted to because I haven't played Mario Kart with people in a long time, but I hopefully, I mean, I may just do an extra couple of hours this Wednesday. There is Linko Kenobi. Linko earlier. Linko Kenobi dropped a $50 super chat as we were ending. And he says, "What's up, Jeremy? It pisses me off that it takes Donald Trump to tell the media to talk about what happened to that young woman. I hope they catch that guy." Well, they have caught the guy. Thank you, Linko Kenobi. The guy has been caught. It's just a matter of, how are they going to handle the whole situation? So thank you, Linko Kenobi. And Blast Radius, I don't know if you're here, but if Blast Radius is here, I'm pretty sure he's in custody, right? Am I wrong about that? I think he's in custody. I think they have him, right? I've heard mixed, I've heard people say they released him and all this. I'm pretty sure he's locked up. Blast Radius says, so called Epstein Trump signature just shows us yet again how evil and vile the Democrat leftists are to their opponents just to regain power. Yes, that's exactly it. Thank you, Blast Radius. Brocatron says, I wonder why they aren't calling it anti-white hate crime. The only avenue there for them would be to flip it and say anti-immigrant or pro-Russia. It's such a weird dynamic, man. All these games that have to be played. Has Jeremy covered Philly, Karen? Yeah, I did that in the earlier stream today. I did. Brown Guy just said, I'm just glad that we don't have a president that doesn't start a press panel regarding a murder with the phrase, and I love ice cream. Unseen Dimension says, Tim is way more cringe and it's not even close. I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but I'll take it. Taker says, Jeremy, got that one. Irish Skywalker for 10 says, not sure if you got my email and intervened. Teespring finally responded. So if it was you, thank you. If not, they probably knew Cash would intervene for a 199 supporter. Hail the 199 4547. I did reach out to them about a couple of them. So hopefully it was like one of them. It wasn't yours specifically, but I did reach out to them about that I've received several issues. So, it seems like people are getting all their stuff now. Objectively, a cat says France's ruling coalition collapsed again today. I did see that earlier. I still haven't looked into it. Luis C says the prayers will continue till the gay goes away. Replaying for you quartering. What? I don't know what you're talking about there. But by the way, I got to show you guys this because we didn't talk about it earlier, but it's so freaking. I gotta go through my replies though and find it. What's up, Dark Schwartz rising for $20? Appreciate that. So again, let's just go through all of this. Let's get all the steps out of the way here, okay? Because I've been theorizing for. Here's what for all of you that watch, for all of you that watch CobraCast, if anyone can find, and I have no idea how to find this, I apologize, because I know people are like, if you actually titled your streams, we could actually find stuff maybe, but I don't remember when the first time I brought this theory up that I believe that Alex Jones thinks that Salty Cracker and the Quartering are the same person. But I've been talking about this for a long time. And I'd love if someone could find the first stream that I talked about that. So I've been talking about this for a fucking year. And it's all because of Friday Night Tights. And I said it, I was like, I'm pretty sure based on the second appearance of Alex Jones on Friday Night Tights that he believes that Salty Cracker and Quartering are the same person. And the reason that this happened is because we had Alex Jones on Friday Night Tights the first time, and the Quartering was on that show with a fucking Sonic hat, not like a Sonic hat like this, like a fucking Sonic the Hedgehog hat. He looked retarded, okay? And so Alex Jones was on that episode of Friday Night Tights. That was the first time we had Alex Jones on. Quartering sitting there with a fucking Sonic the Hedgehog hat, and he looked like a fucking idiot. And that was the only time, like, Quartering's not part of Friday Night Tights, but he was on that episode. So then fast forward to the second appearance to have Alex Jones on. And Alex Jones comes on Friday Night Tights. And like somewhere in the show, he was like, "Where's Salty Cracker?" And we're like, I mean, do you want me to get Salty Cracker? This is live on Friday Night Tights. I'm like, do you want Salty Cracker? Oh, where's Salty Cracker, my husband? He called him like his husband or some shit. And we're like, so I have to text Salty Cracker. And Salty's like, what? I'm like, Alex Jones is asking for you in front of 20,000 people right now. It's like, why the fuck is Alex asking for me? I'm like, I don't know. They want you on. So Salty joins the call. And I just don't think that Alex knew who he was because he thought he was supposed to be the Quartering. So then fast forward to where the Quartering was on Alex Jones' show, and Alex Jones credits the Quartering for Friday Night Tights. Oh, you guys do a great job. You know, you run Friday Night Tights. You got the Quartering, you got Salty Cracker. Like, and I'm like, wait a minute. Did he just credit you with running Friday Night Tights and Salty Cracker? Now, you go back to when he first came on Friday Night Tights. He joins Friday Night Tights, Alex Jones, and he goes, "Hey, guys, I appreciate you guys. I watch all your shows. I watch all your content. You guys do great work." And I'm thinking to myself, you don't know any of us, dude. Like, I've literally texted with you and your producer. You don't know anything about us, Alex. You don't watch our shit at all. But anyway, that's the nice thing to say, you know, but I just thought it was just funny. I'm like, Alex Jones is not watching me bitch about Disney Star Wars every day. He's not doing it. So anyway, then we get to the video the other day of Alex Jones watching the Quartering, talking about Alex Jones firing Owen Schroyer, and Alex was claiming he didn't fire Owen Schroyer, but Jeremy from the Quartering is on the TV, and I guess someone says, "Is that Jake Shields?" And he goes, "That's not Jake Shields, that's Salty Cracker." So then Quartering's been talking about it, I've been talking about it, Salty's been talking about it, and that leads us to one of the great memes we have seen. Alex Jones faces his toughest challenge. Who is Salty Cracker? Of all the stuff that Alex Jones has predicted, of all the things that Alex Jones has been right about, of all the things that Alex Jones has exposed, the one thing that he can't figure out is who is Salty Cracker. It's the greatest story in internet history. And that's why I want someone to find the original clip from years ago when I theorized about this, and I've been proven right. I've been proven right that Alex has no clue who any of us are. I was on Benny Johnson's stream with Gary. I think ALX was there. And this was when Benny Johnson hit 2 million subscribers. And Alex Jones was on that stream. So right now, Alex Jones has been on 3 different streams with me. He's been on Friday Night Tights twice. And we were on Benny Johnson's 2 million subscriber celebration stream. I have texted with Alex. I have had conversations with Alex. And he doesn't know who I am. I could walk down the street right now, and Alex Jones would not know who the fuck I am. He would not have a clue who I am. It is so awesome. And he thinks that Salty Cracker and Quartering are the same person. Woo! What a great, great story this is. It's amazing. It really is. So hail to Salty and the Quartering and to Alex Jones. Dark Horse Rising for 20 says that's a great idea. I'll be writing off every super chat from now on. So my supers just say airfare and lodging and dinner for in Las Vegas 9-8. I'm audit proof. Thank you, Dark Schwartz. The tactician musician's thoughts on Dan Vast trying to censor the world. He's in Brazil, right? That's just what Dan does. He's got way too much money. He's too successful. Burb shit says things are crazy across the pond. Kid in Australia, Melbourne, got hacked to death with machetes. Can't call it what it is either. Jesus. Vicky says, love you in this community. Hail the 199. Well, thank you. We appreciate that. Bedlam says, looking back in the Philippines, I watched DIC G.I. Joe before watching Sunbow G.I. Joe. Did you watch DIC G.I. Joe? I watched Sunbow more than anything. It wasn't until later on that I watched the DIC one. Yeah, so Sunbow G.I. Joe was the main thing I watched growing up. But the action figures were the core of me being a G.I. Joe fan, was collecting the 3 3/4 Real American Hero action figures. Release the salty files. Yeah, release them. Release the salty files. Jesse says, Jeremy, did you happen to look into Crest Gel, Crest Team commercials? They were from the 80s, had G.I. Joe vibes. I didn't, but if you want to send me either on Twitter or an email with it, I would happily look at it. Will the real salty cracker please stand up? Well, what's funny, so right here on Quartering's tweet, you had Gary like, I'm salty cracker. And then Quartering, I'm salty cracker. I'm just laughing. And then Salty says, shit, even I'm confused. Oh, this is so great, man. I fucking love this timeline where Alex Jones is confused about who Salty Cracker is. He's going to go on a mental breakdown. This is going to be the story that destroys Alex. All the stuff they've tried to take Alex Jones down on, and it's going to be Salty Cracker. That's the story that's going to finally be too much for Alex Jones. Eric says, wait, you're not salty. Why are we all here? Tactician musician says, you'd think Dan Bass $5 would have political sway in Brazil, but I guess the politicians in Brazil have $10. Is that Critical Drinker? Yeah, like what if that's funny. I don't think Alex Jones even knows who the Critical Drinker is. But if here's what we're here, wait, maybe I should try, because I still have Alex Jones' phone number. Maybe I should try and get Alex Jones on with the Critical Drinker. And he may think the Critical Drinker is Salty Cracker at that point. He may just call the Critical Drinker Salty Cracker. This would be so great. That would be amazing. Woo! He'd block you after this, probably so. He probably would. I might be overcooking my grits at that point. Everyone is Salty Cracker. Everyone. Companion Cube says should do some embezzlement, insider trading, and complain about the manager instead of stealing sneakers and rioting in response to what happened to that woman. Thank you. Jeremy, I've got some shirts from each time I ordered, but I'm missing at least one shirt for each order. Yeah, so I still haven't gotten like the CobraCast Mania one. I haven't gotten the blue one. This is the only one I have received, and I ordered all of them too. Teespring sucks. We are working. That's why you haven't seen us drop any more merch, because I don't want to put you guys through this every freaking time. But it's pretty annoying. Haas Von Butter Dutch says, nah, Jeremy, get Critical Drinker and Salty on the same stream as Alex and let Alex figure out who Salty is. What we need is we need Drinker, Salty, Quartering, and Gary all on the stream. And just see how Alex responds. And then maybe we'll throw Ripa in there too. And we'll be like, this is Netflix Salty Cracker. We'll just call Ripa Netflix Salty Cracker. So everybody will just have the name Salty Cracker, and then Ripa will have Netflix's Salty Cracker. So we'll do that. That would be amazing. That would probably be the greatest stream of all time. The tactician musician says, does he think Steven Crowder is Salty Cracker too? I think he knows who Steven Crowder actually is. I think. Sulla says, Salty said the drinker should be part of it too. Hell yes. Is Salty live right now? Fuck it. Let's see if Salty's live. Hang on. Funny, dude. I'm typing it up now. Oh, he's not. Oh, he was live yesterday. Okay. Okay, he wasn't. All right, got it. No, Monday. Okay. That's great stuff. I love it. I love the lore dump that we are currently involved in right now. On Monday. Are you going to try to get Owen Schroyer on too? Yeah, I don't think that would work out well. I have no idea what's going on with him and Alex. I don't know. I initially thought that it was like a work, but now I don't know, man. Now I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. Maybe it is real. Alex seems very upset about it. So thought it was a work. Yeah, I mean, it did. But now maybe not. Maybe it's not. We shall see. What is this right here? Okay, right here. Greg Gutfeld just destroyed Brian Stelter. All right, well, that's worth a listen.
I'm tired also of the term mental illness being used as a cover for criminality. When a thug targets a woman, that is not insane. He knows she's weaker. When he comes from behind with a knife, that's not insane. He minimizes her ability to inflict harm on him. When the thug flees, that's sane because he knows if he stays, he'll be arrested. So what would be insane would be if he were to face off against a man without a weapon, somebody like a Tyrus. That would be insane. You'd go, okay, that's crazy. But almost all of these people that do this stuff, they go after women. That is not insane. That's self-preservation. This is not insanity. It's an evil mind. And it's an evil mind that is somehow excused in a culture that weaponizes victim status. In this case, mental illness. And what is it about a society that contributes to this? And I say this based on my own personal evidence of being on city streets every single day in New York, that when a homeless person is shouting at people, he's not shouting, I really made a mess of my life. Boy, I really screwed up. No, his aggression is purely blaming other things and other people. He blames the world, he blames people, he blames you. So we're living in a progressive.
This is 1,000% accurate. This is 1,000% accurate. You can try and build a victim narrative around this all you want. We ain't buying it. And the media doesn't control the narrative anymore.
Ideological nightmare where the worst in society is empowered by a sense of victimhood. So when this happens, they will still get people like Brian Stelter that says, oh, be careful of the racism, or other people saying, you know what? We really need to be concerned about our services to the mentally ill, which may or may not be true, but he's not mentally ill. He needs to be executed. Lastly, I asked Grok for a conservative count of the number of times the George Floyd video was played, looking at tweets and social media, Instagram, news networks. It came to a conservative number of 975 million times. That is not counting retweets. So that is a snapshot of this liberal disease, the hierarchy of problems. The media and politicians, people like Stelter, implore you not to cover one problem, but to amplify another one to a destructive degree that leads to riots, leads to dozens of deaths. But do not cover this other thing because that is racist. And that is not as important. In the hierarchy of problems, we decide what you cover.
100% well said. He is, I'm glad he's saying it because none of these other clowns in the media will say it, but Gutfeld is 100% accurate. Eric K says the company called Nine Line makes great shirts. I'm not sure if you've heard of them, run by vets. I think I know of them. I think. This stream needs more poetic words from Jay. Doesn't every stream need more poetic words from Jay? Every stream deserves that. What is this right here? Urgent Charlotte, North Carolina residents. The primary election for Charlotte mayor is tomorrow. The mayor, this clown mayor, needs to be voted out of office. This woman said we should have compassion for this ruthless killer. She is making your city unsafe. Get her out. Get her the fuck out. What a horrible, horrible human being she is. She is truly just as responsible for this crime as the man in the picture you see right there. Disgusting, evil bitch. That's who she is. Stephen Miller talking about this North Carolina murder.
The Democrat Party, Sean, is terrorizing the American people. Just think about what is happening in our major cities, the bloodbaths every single weekend. One victim after another, one shooting after another, one murder after another. When you have Democrat politicians like Pritzker and Newsom that are freeing illegal alien pedophiles, illegal alien child abductors, illegal alien murderers back into our streets to kidnap people, to beat them senseless, to stab them and shoot them to death, this is terrorism being waged against the American people. And then you look at that video that chills our very souls out of Charlotte, that beautiful young woman stabbed to death, murdered savagely on a subway, just trying to get home from work, fleeing war, only to run into a Democrat war zone here in our country. That monster, 14 prior arrests in and out. The Democrat policies of catch and release for barbarians and savages is truly an act of terror, Sean, against the American people. It cannot be explained unless you deeply, fundamentally hate America.
Well said, Stephen Miller. Always on point. Always on point. Jeez, man. I feel like things are going to get really, really bad. They're going to get really bad. Here's Sean Duffy talking about it.
You know, the president said these are evil people, and he's right, but it's also evil politicians, like the mayor, the city council, the DA, the governor in North Carolina, evil people with evil policies that are actually destroying communities. So the problem, Sean, is a lot of people, like the rich liberal, they can't ride Uber, they don't have a driver, they don't have a vehicle, they actually have to ride public transportation. And public transportation has become an epidemic of violence and homelessness across the country. And so we don't have a ton of equities at DOT, but we do have money. Your federal tax dollars go to fund a lot of these transit systems across the country. And we have to look at them and say, well, maybe it's appropriate that we start pulling some of that money back, because I don't think the American taxpayer wants to pay for the homelessness and criminal element that harm little 23-year-old girls like this who are going home from work from ordering a pizza, that they're going to get stabbed in the neck. And liberals want to hide that story so you and I don't talk about it, so the American people don't know that their failed policies don't work for the American people. You know, the president said,
This, I'm telling you, I said it earlier and I'm saying it again. This should be the story of the fucking decade right here. This is the most important story right now. It's the most important story for many reasons, but primarily because it cannot be spun by the media. The media cannot fucking spin this story at all. This is their worst case scenario for the left and for the fucking media, and this will destroy them if we keep up the pressure. This fucking story is tragic. It's horrific. And it is everything wrong with Democrat leadership, this leftist mindset, this illegal immigration bullshit, this identity politics garbage, this race baiting bullshit that Barack Hussein Obama started in this country. This story cannot go away. And this girl's death has to be the thing that sparks all of this. Any decent human being, regardless of how you feel about anything, sees a 23-year-old girl just sitting there after leaving work. She's not dressed provocatively. She's not doing any fucking thing. Not that her being dressed anyway should matter, because it doesn't, but we're just calling it like we see it. She's in a work uniform. She's doing nothing. And this motherfucker that's been arrested 14 times just kills her. This should infuriate every single person, period. But do you know why she's dead? It's not because she was attractive. It's not because she was Ukrainian. It's not because she said the N-word. It's not because she said anything or did anything wrong. Because she was white. She's dead because she's white. That's why. And it's disgusting. Unbelievable. Troy New says, would our country be better off if every city had its local neighborhood Dexter? I've never seen Dexter, so I can't even speak on what the details of that is. He was in custody 14 fucking times, and Democratic policies allowed him to leave, and left-wing judges and rhinos and all of that. Josh says Jeremy was actually well-spoken for a minute. Wow, I'm impressed. Don't get your hopes up. I'll fuck it up. Don't worry. OMG, Jeremy needs to watch Dexter. Holy shit. Yeah, I've never seen it. Actually was going to start rewatching Sons of Anarchy, because that's like one, man, I love that fucking series. I was thinking about starting, because I haven't watched Sons of Anarchy in a few years, so I really want to rewatch Sons of Anarchy. X-Wang says, isn't this the same guy that punched a kid? What are you talking about? The first season or two was good. I stopped watching after that. I heard it kind of fell off a little bit. Jessica says, I'm watching 1923. Good show. I enjoyed 1923, but I'll just leave it at that for now. But I enjoyed it for the most part. I did enjoy it. Jeremy was based and not gay for a moment. Need to grow the beard again, Cobra. Nah. I don't know. It didn't work for me. Tony says, I started watching Tulsa King a couple of days ago. Really like it so far. Tulsa King is awesome. People need to fear consequences again, says Laughing Man. I agree. Kingdom Hearts Gamer says, I finished watching Animal Kingdom. Great acting. Animal Kingdom is awesome. Very awesome. Jeremy can't grow a beard. Unfortunately, I can. It just wasn't I didn't think it looked good, though. It's just not, it wasn't for me. I look back on those videos where I had it, and I'm like, dude, that just does not look good. So it's not that I can't grow a beard. I can't grow a good beard. That's the problem. Steel Storm says, proper Jeremy is very well-spoken young man. X-Wing says, news story a couple months back, maybe a year later. I don't know what you said. Isn't this the same guy? I don't know who you're talking about, though. I'm watching SEAL Team TV show right now. Jeremy, if you cut your hair today, you'll be clean cut and well-spoken. I still haven't cut my hair, even though we did not make top 10 in Super Chats last month. But I feel like if I would have streamed those last 2 days, we might have made it. So there you go. I started watching The Punisher. The first season of Punisher is awesome. I didn't even finish the second season, so. Long hair, don't care. Josh Allen's a comic book hero. He was pretty good last night on the Ravens and Bills game. Did you cut the sides of your hair? No, I'm keeping it tucked all the way up in my hat because I still have like hair sticking out, but I'm trying to keep it hidden. Sell your hair to Tim Pool. Tim, hit me up. Hit me up, Tim. I'll sell you some hair. Hats equals bald. In most cases, yeah, but not in mine. I will also. I mean, Tim's a multimillionaire. I'm not, but Tim is. So Tim, hit me up, brother. I'll sell you some hair. The tactician musician says Jeremy is a beard with the one quartering without a beard. D-Day Cobra, how funny how hats like you go spouting about your wealth from all of your super chats, but forget who put you in your seat. Wait, what? Hang on. What? Hang on. Where the fuck does your comment go? I got to highlight this. I can probably make money off you. It's got to be a meme account. Funny how hats like you go spouting off about your wealth from all of your super chats, but forget who put you in your seat. What? I don't even understand what this means. I've never, ever bragged about super chats. I have never said anything about making money. I've never grifted. I never bring up comments so that I can get people to send me super chats. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, is he calling me an ass hat? Well, I respect that if he's calling me an ass hat. Oh, he means the time. Oh, he means the Jews. It's the Jews, everybody. Okay. Well, I am not a Jew, but I do work for Mossad. If that's what you're asking. So while I'm not Jewish, I do work for Mossad. Unit 199 to be in particular. Okay? So there's that. Now you might ask me how I got that job. Well, that's for another time. But I Googled Mossad and I found out what it was and I sent in my application. And they noticed that I like money. So like, oh, you like money? You'll fit right in with us. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. All right, cool. Let's go. I didn't really know what that meant at the time, but the more that I looked into it, I was like, oh, fuck. I didn't know it was like that. So yeah, it was an awkward situation. Got that. Teresa says, I'm glad to be a member this long. MAGA Hail 199 IDOT. I got my t-shirt. Hell yeah. By the way, with the IDOT stuff, look what Ann Jeanette did. Look at this shit, okay? Tell me this isn't awesome. Where's it at? Right here. Look at this. Ann Jeanette did this. This is fucking cool as shit. IDOT 199. Look at that. Tell me that's not awesome. She's got a lot of cool designs that she's been working on. That is cool as shit. And I responded, I says, that is so bad, or this is so badass. She says it's a sneak peek. So we'll see what that means. But that's fucking badass. Thank you, Teresa. Eric K says he's calling you an asshat. We call you worse. I know. That's when you know like somebody really does hate me. So the standard around here is I could tell when someone really hates me because they say nicer things than my chat does. So I'm like, oh, you really do hate me because you didn't call me a name like my chat does. So you really do hate me because, you know, people that hate me are fucking stupid. And so they don't understand that, like, they have to say something. Like, the thing about the left is that the left is never going to call me gay in a derogatory way. My chat will. But the left is never just going to say you're gay because they can't be derogatory towards gay people. So they won't say it in a negative way. So they can't do it. So there you have it. Blue Eyed Scorpio says Sam the Man number 7 is incorrect. Get him, or is correct. Get him on FNT. Dark Red Knight says you got to watch Adam 12. Luis C says Jeremy was a nobody before I subscribed to your channel. I made you famous, and I appreciate that, brother. I greatly appreciate it. Mad Frog says I'm not wearing hockey pads. IDOT. Steelstorm says, should we add Jewish Jeremy to the council? Probably at this point. Coop says, you are the nicest straight guy. Look at that. That's really nice, Coop. I appreciate that. And with that said, we're going to end. We're pushing 4 hours of CobraCast today. 4 hours. So that's awesome. So again, I want to thank all of you for supporting us over on Rumble to 100,000. We got 100,000 subscribers. That's what this tweet was about. We hit 100,000 subscribers on the main Rumble channel. I saw someone says Jeremy's taking shots at Gary with this tweet. No, I'm not. I'm taking shots at Dr. Disrespect and all the other fucking people that, you know, go to Rumble, pretend that they care about it, and they don't give a shit about it. So no deals, no special treatment, just a 199 showing and supporting us because we believe in the platform. I then posted this. Collectively, Geeks and Gamers has almost 250,000 total followers on Rumble and over 250,000 if you include the D-Day Cobra stuff. Imagine what we can do with a deal. And I posted right there, covered up, you know, the, technically I covered something up, but I showed you something. But total followers, 246,000. But if you include D-Day Cobra, that puts us well over 250,000 followers. So that's incredible. So thank you guys so much for all of that. Really good stuff. Tactician musician says only Jeremy could fuck up a 9-word super chat. I have never seen a more accurate way to describe me. All right. Laughing Man still mad at me, dropping $1. Thank you. Show me your O face for $1. Thank you. Mud Butt Beardo for 10 says shout out to Matt Be Great, fellow Bama fan and YouTuber. YouTube is demonetizing him for BS reasons. Give him some support if you like college football. So Matt Be Great. Hell yeah. Hell to him. All right. Thank you guys so much. We do have Tuesday night's main event tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. So I'm really looking forward to it. Takers is blowing away those I don't know what something runner that the guy at the control panel meme, except it's Trump, and both buttons say the same thing, and he hits both. Thank you, Taker. I didn't know what the fuck you were talking about. So, but Josh says, all right, see you tomorrow, Figs. Thank you. And again, thank you to everybody. You guys are the best. Eric K says, Ireland's deputy prime minister trying to block all independent candidates, including Conor McGregor. Zeke DeWise says, Jeremy sold out to Rumble. Laughing Man for 50 says, this is for John freaking Murdoch. Look at there. Look at there. John freaking Murdoch not even here and gets some love. Gets some love. Look at that. Well, I'll tell you what I'm doing. I mean, again, it's just like I told Rumble in my call. Like, I think we've been pretty fucking awesome for Rumble. And I think that with 250,000 followers, I think it's time Rumble showed us some love. So you know, if that means leaving Rumble when it's all said and done because nothing works out, then that might be what has to happen. I don't think it'll look great on Rumble if a channel with 250,000 followers just walks away because, you know, it's frustrating and all that. So, yeah, a little bit of negotiation going on there. So, anyway, we'll see what happens. Thank you, Laughing Man, and hail to John freaking Murdoch. Red Mage for 10 gifted memberships. Let's freaking go. Thank you, Red Mage. I appreciate that, brother. Darth Draz says, check out Bunker Branding for your merch, Pro 2A. So I've had a few people reach out about different options for that. And again, so And I'm hoping in the next couple weeks, maybe in another week or two, I can tell you guys a project we're working on, sinking a ton of money into something. And it all kind of connects to what we're doing on every different level. So as soon as I can, I will let you guys know. But yes, we shall see. All right. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Laughing Man. Hail to you, brother. And you guys have a good evening. We are live on Locals right now. Fear the Beardo is over there with X-Wing. I may stop by. But they are watching Monday Night Football right now. So if you guys want to go over there and check them out. Last night, our Sunday Night Football coverage was amazing. We had me, Ryan, Jay was over there. Beardo, Kata showed up. It was awesome, man. We had Will from Game On, and we had a hell of a stream. It was fucking awesome. So, but anyway, thank you guys. We do appreciate it. Let's see. Hang on. At that, and thank you to everybody on Rumble. I see you guys over there as well. So have a good night, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone. Fuck, I didn't see that one. Fuck you, Bird Up. Bye.